Aries, welcome to your weekly general reading. This is going to be for the sign of Aries. It is not going to resonate with every single one of you out there. This is also not Sun, Moon, or Venus sign specific. Any Aries placement that is important to you, there may be messages that will resonate. Personal reading information, any jewelry seen will all be linked and listed in the description box. At the end, we will pull some oracles, give you a little bit more guidance for the week. Otherwise, Aries, we are jumping right in. I do only take jumpers, so I appreciate your patience in advance. First card out is the Knight of Swords. Air sign energy could be important to you this week. Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. Looks like some sort of communication information is about to hit you really fast, or you could be saying something to someone sort of that you weren't expecting to say something to. But this is very fast moving, fast communication, fast information, sort of like hitting you like a ton of bricks. Also could just be, what's that word? Impulsive. Some sort of impulsive action that is getting ready to be taken, or communication that is getting ready to be said here. We have the Six of Wands as your second card out. What else do we have for Aries, please? Someone you've maybe turned your back to. It is in the past position, so this could be some sort of passing. Someone said something that they did not think through first, and you've had to move on sort of past this energy, or you just said what you needed to say. This is like saying what you need to say and dropping the mic and walking away. This is sort of the vibe I'm getting with this. You could have said something to someone that you maybe finally had the balls to say, or it just blurted out. You said what you had to say, you got what you had to say off your chest, and you move forward. Because for some of you, whatever was said was a victory. It was absolutely, you got the go ahead. The divine's like, yeah, we're cool with that. That person had it coming. Long overdue. Because this is very much giving me like, word vomit. Word vomit. Someone just it kind of just came out of their mouth, but it looks like it was meant to happen. It created some sort of balance, most likely. Six of Wands. What else do we have for Aries, please? If this was something that was said to you, you've overcome it. You are well on the path to getting over it, overcoming it, moving past it. For those of you where you said something, people could have been talking. Like, can you believe they said that? But, sort of kind of being on your side about it too. It's like someone wanted to say it, but no one had the guts to say it. Okay, what else do we have for Aries? Okay, the Eight of Wands also wanted to speak out. Yeah, there's some sort of communication here. Some sort of talking going on. There's way too many here. Yeah, sunshine could have to do with something to do with a relationship. Leo energy, Tower energy. I don't know. What else do we have for Aries, please? But there's definitely some sort of talking going on. Some of you could also be doing some traveling in the future, overseas. But there is some sort of communication that's either happening back and forth between you and someone else, because the Eight of Wands is Cupid's arrows. It is sort of that flirty, texting, communication energy. We have the Five of Cups and, ooh, okay. There we have it. Someone did say something either to you, or you said something to someone that they didn't mean to say. Friend, family member, lover, they didn't mean to say it, because the regret card is here. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coming in with that Nine of Swords, someone regrets saying something, or maybe the way they said it, the tone in which they said it, because it looks like you completely cut them off once this was said. Justice card, Libra energy, yeah, and you were right. You were right to cut them off. This is second energy of the universe saying, yeah, they had it coming. Someone could have said something to you, and now they're sort of regretting saying it to you, or how they went about saying it to you, or someone could have said something about you behind your back, because the way that's looking, it's looking like behind your back. And it looks like they're going to have to sort of put their pride to the side, or kind of like a dog with its tail between its legs, right? Because it looks like they want to talk. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. I don't know if you're going to talk, though. Aries, this is very much you coming in as the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands, I don't know. Once you cross her, once you sort of talk behind her back, she's pretty much done with you. It's nothing for her to never speak to you again or act like you never existed. That's the Queen of Wands. Very much, I have a lot of fire in my chart, so I know. Yeah, once you kind of cross the Queen of Wands a certain way, it's nothing for her to sort of act like you've never existed, like she never knew you. Very intuitive, very confident individual. But it looks like someone has, you definitely stopped being friends with somebody, broke up with somebody, cut somebody off here because somebody said something to you. Someone said something either behind your back and now they regret it, or they said something to you that was very harsh, they weren't thinking clearly, and you sort of cut the whole thing out. You just eliminated them from your existence. For a lot of you, they did say something behind your back. It was behind your back it was said. And you took the high road. You were the bigger person. You're like, you know what? I'm not even going to address this peasant. I'm just never going to speak to them again, which is going to hurt a lot more. That's a lot more of revenge than to even do-si-do with this person or to stoop to their level. My absence is going to be a lot worse because definitely this person wasn't thinking. They were either talking behind your back or they said something to you that was not necessary. It wasn't necessary because there is regret here. They're still very much hung up about it. Still very much hung up about it. Present position with the Six of Wands is this Justice card here. So you were absolutely right. This was some sort of karmic lesson for you. This was a karmic lesson for this individual. You can't just go around talking shit and think you're going to get away with it. For those of you where someone spoke behind your back, it's like other people came and told you. Maybe this person didn't think, these people had your back like that, but other people came and told you that this person was speaking behind your back. They didn't think you would find out, but you did. But you did. So you leaving behind the situation was absolutely, you go girl or guy. That was absolutely the right thing to do. And you did it with dignity. You didn't stoop to their level. You just took yourself away from the situation, which is definitely what probably triggered this person even more. Because I think it's almost like they were hoping you would stoop to their level, but you didn't. And I am seeing here in the future energy that someone does want to speak to you. They do want to communicate again. They do want to move forward, but I don't know if you're going to go for it. There definitely was a lesson learned here for this person though, with these two. Ooh, definitely was a lesson here. Someone has an ego issue too. Someone has a lot of ego. And that's probably why it took them so long to even come forward. But I do see eventually they're gonna say something. They're gonna have to say something because there's a lesson here for them to learn. You can't just go around talking shit. You can't. You definitely coming up as this Queen of Wands. I do think when this person comes back around, you will contemplate as to whether or not you want to speak to them again or have any sort of, because it looks like they want things to be on the same level as they were. I don't think that's going to happen. But obviously the situation will be different for all of you. But you are genuinely going to think about whether or not you want to give this time again. The Seven of Pentacles tells me, you're definitely going to think, maybe because there was some already time invested into it. So you're like, weighing your options as to if you want to go around this again, but that decision will need to be made. A decision will need to be made. A second decision will need to be made. Because for some of you, you've already walked away, but some of you will walk away again. You will walk away again because you just don't have the time. You just don't have the time, That's all this person needed to show you. Was that they don't think that before they speak behind your back. They have a lot of ego and pride and all that type of thing. You got enough for the, Queen of Wands has enough pride, ego, and all that stuff as it is. So if you're not exerting that, then you're probably not going to want to deal with anyone that feels the need to exert that sort of power or try and flex that sort of muscle. You flex that muscle in your sleep, so you have to actively try not to be that person. So there's no reason. Some of you will not go back to being this person's friend or whatever this is. Could definitely be a friend. What is the guidance, please, for Aries? So Libra, Leo, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be dealing with. Heavy on the air sign. Leo's season could be important. I know that's all the way, well, it's not that far. Summertime. Summertime, you might bump into this person. With this Eight of Wands here, you might see this person, or this person might find a way to see you. Because it's like they got too much pride to just come to you and call you and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have talked shit. They're going to maybe try and bump into you. You deserve rest. Seriously, take a break. So for some of you, you need to take it easy. Some of you are doing too much. Ask yourself if it will matter in 10 years from now. If it doesn't, don't sweat it. And I think this is kind of the realization. This person doesn't play a big enough role in your life anymore that it matters. Because I think you've sort of already overcome whatever impact this had on you. Whatever impact this had on you. Whether someone said something to you or they were talking behind your back. It's one of those two situations. They've learned their lesson though. 5 of Cups, Justice, they've learned their lesson. The energy is gaining momentum. So it's only a matter of time. Meditate and contemplate. Pisces energy here as well. So this person is thinking, it's like they're sort of trying to, how should I go about it? How should I go about reaching out? And I think they're going to try and either bump into you or make it look like, you know, the universe brought you guys together, but it didn't. It didn't. They kind of worked it that way. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. You will have to meditate and contemplate. That is also bringing me back to the 7 of Pentacles you have here. Some of you will think about it. Some of you will say no immediately. All depends. We have here Sandpiper Spirit, be playful, number 51, which is a 6. So you've gotten over this. Believe in yourself. You've gotten over this. You've gotten over this. You've accepted, you've taken it, you've taken the L and you've moved forward. You know, you didn't allow yourself to stoop to any sort of level. You didn't do the back and forth. You didn't do any of that. And that's amazing for a Queen of Wands, I'll tell you that much. Keep it up, Aries. That is your reading. I really do hope it resonates with you. Thumbs me up. Leave me a comment if it does. I'll see you guys next week.